Hello, James here. Just wanted to make a video and had some good videos recently. And this is another what I call relationship video. It's a combination of a couple of videos I want to talk about. And my first person I want to talk about, and it just Raul made an excellent video, and one of my when I subscribe to him, he's one of my favorite ones. But before I go and talk about it, these women that make these TikTok videos really need to think about what they're saying. They really need to sit down and really think about what you're putting out. When you come to social media being angry and dismissive and things like that, men are seeing it. Men who have the means, well, it's some men that probably don't have the means right now, or on the verge of getting the means. And so I'm gonna play this video, and I'll be back with my commentary.
So, no, KS was not a brother of mine. I do not care about any black man who thinks the way that he does. You are an enemy to me.
Hey, this is Raul. Please act right. This one right here is exactly why men are leaving. She says she's no longer supporting black men who think like Kevin Samuels. Before we get started, a word from our sponsor. Did you know a large number of the population is diet resistant? No matter how hard some of us try, we can't seem to lose weight, regardless of the changes to our diet or fitness routine. This only gets worse after the age of 35 to 50. It's after this period, where any expert will agree, our metabolism begins to decline. More importantly, stress and other lifestyle factors that come with age can cause our weight to skyrocket. In the next 30 seconds, you're going to learn how to help boost your metabolism and help reach your weight loss goals quicker than you possibly knew were possible. Now listen closely. After years of trial and error, the best secret to support weight loss goals I've found is an amazing keto powder. It has the power to ignite your weight loss journey with two key factors by supporting a boost metabolism and elevated ketone levels. The fact of the matter is, you want a boosted metabolism and high ketone levels because it helps reduce your body's fat storage. To further reinforce this, thousands.
I'm gonna have a really. I saw a video that really kind of. Is another one after this video, but let's get back to it.
Customers rave about the benefits they receive from using it. Stop and ask yourself how great you'll look in 1 year after you start taking it now. Try it risk-free for 60 days and up to 51% off by clicking the link in the description box below or by simply going to ketoactright.com. This offer is time sensitive. After placing your order, it will be promptly delivered straight to your doorstep along with a few added bonuses. So hurry and place your order.
So I actually took this comment off of the lovely Voodoo Bays page. I absolutely adore her. Some bandit decided to say, oh, he likes her content, but celebrating the death of a black man isn't the move. He wasn't perfect, but he was still our brother. He is obviously talking about Kevin Samuels, KS, who is now deceased, thankfully.
So here's a woman who's saying that she's thankful that Kevin Samuels is dead. No regard whatsoever for Kevin Samuels' family that may see her video. Kevin Samuels had a mother and a daughter, and she's saying thankfully he's dead publicly.
Let me just say this to black men. The days of us supporting y'all just because you share the same skin tone with us, those days are slowly coming to an end.
I'm not sure if she's checking her social media pages, but men that share the same skin tone as hers have taken that hint a long time ago. That's why they invented the term passport brothers.
Let's be very clear about what's going on here. There are too many black men who would rather fight the women who look like them instead of going out here fighting the real people who have put you in subjugation for over 400 years.
So basically you're talking about a small percentage of black men who are woman beaters. Okay, I'm with you on that. You should never support a man who beats women and who doesn't stand up against our oppressors.
But because you are too weak and you are a conquered buck and you think sitting online and coming up with all these fake high value pages talking about how important you are.
When women like this activists make these type of videos, I wish they'd make their videos the way I make mine. I don't tell you that women are saying something out of alignment without showing the actual video. Now, I'm not saying that there are no guys out there making videos talking about how important they are when they're really not. But I would really love it if she would display them so we can see them for ourselves.
Like when you have you're actually costing the country, the U.S. billions of dollars.
Well, since you want to point fingers, black women spend,
What's this?
billions of dollars on products they can actually do without every single year. The hair industry is a $1 billion a year industry. Where's the majority of that money coming from? Black women. And clearly, she spent some of her earnings adding to that. The makeup industry is another $1 billion a year industry. Who's wasting their money on makeup? Black women. And clearly, she spent some of her earnings adding to that too. If you add in there the fingernails and those butterfly eyelashes, black women waste billions and billions of dollars on stuff that men aren't even interested in.
Because most black men have the highest unemployment level.
I've been a landlord for over 25 years, and the majority of my properties that I rented to black women. Black women on Section 8, a government subsidy. And a lot of them used it for lifelong income. They chose the government subsidy over the man being in the house, because in order to receive Section 8, no man can be in the house. Most of those women stay on Section 8 because they don't want to work. Also known as being lazy, since you want to talk about costing the government billions of dollars.
But yet you want black women to still support you in your treason.
You mean like when black women started saying they don't need a man? That type of treason? And no, upstanding black men are not looking for black women to support us anymore. That ship has sailed.
Still support you while you get out here and disrespect us in front of other groups of women.
Now, I don't condone anybody disrespecting anyone, but too many black women out here are disrespecting themselves, all on their own. And like the saying goes, why should anybody respect you if you don't respect yourself?
Still support you while every 5.5 hours you are taking our lives. You want black women to continue to support you no matter what.
Okay, I searched for that statistic that you just claimed, and I can't find it.
Those days are slowly coming to an end.
We figured that out about 5 years ago.
I suggest y'all find something better to do with your time.
We've already gotten that covered. It's called a passport.
These type of brothers, I could care less about.
And I'm pretty sure those brothers could care less about you caring less about them.
I cannot make that any clearer to y'all.
We hear you loud and clear.
Because the brothers out here who actually care about black women are going to set themselves apart.
We've been doing that for decades. But women like you keep grouping us with the rotten black men.
Right.
And they're not going to sit here and expect black women to support the very men who keep putting knees on our necks.
And once again, what the hell does she mean? Elaborate. Show some proof. Remember the movie The Color Purple? Even after slavery was abolished, black women were still enslaved by black men. He was shown through the character Mister, who took Celie as his mistress and his house slave. Now don't get me wrong, I know that there's some women out there who are being treated this way still to this day. But if those women really wanted to, she could leave the minute she made up her mind to leave. But this chick is trying to make it sound like this is still going on the regular, like it was back then.
The real brothers out here who care will set themselves apart. And they understand the movement as well. I have literally talked to black men who understand why black women are not taking the shit.
Question. Who the hell has she been dating?
They have literally sat in my face and said, I understand why you guys are reacting. You deserve to stand up for yourself.
And if you're being mistreated by a man, you do. You deserve to stand up for yourself.
So, no. KS was not a brother of mine. I do not care about any black man who thinks the way that he does. You are an enemy to me.
Based on this video, it sounds to me like any man that disagrees with you is an enemy to you. So how many black men could she possibly know that she could be an enemy to that would even care that she's his enemy?
And I'm going to treat you as such.
Okie dokie.
Trust me when I say that.
We trust that you will.
Let's be very clear about that.
We are very clear about that.
Ain't no jumping for black men just because you're black over here.
I got it stored in my mental Rolodex.
So you can miss me with all that.
Does anybody know who she is? She's making this announcement like she's the president of the chair member of the NAACP or something. Is she sitting on the high chair of the Black Man's Protection Agency? She's talking like she actually has some power and some authority over black men. Like if she removes her protection, certain black men are going to get tossed to the wolves. The mere fact that she opened her mouth on a public video and said that she was thankful that somebody's son died simply because she disagrees with his platform tells us all we need to know about her. I'm a man with good moral value, and I would never think in my lifetime to open my mouth and say that I'm thankful that a person passed away because I didn't like their idea. There are certain things you just keep to yourself.
Exactly.
And a person with good moral values, they know which clearly this chick is lacking. This is a perfect example of a modern day black woman where if you disagree with her, you are instantly her enemy. She talked about black men saying that they understand why women are saying they're not going to take it anymore. If you're being disrespected and mistreated, you shouldn't have been taking it in the first place. Exactly. Why the hell you wait all this time to talk about you're not going to take it anymore? But I'm wondering.
It's time to stop making videos like this, women. Some of you women out there.
With EM1010 is the perfect machine to help
because
bring your vision to life.
The reason why is you have an opinion. But for the women who make videos like that,
this 10-needle machine weighs
you pushing men away. You pushing some of the men who are high value away. Meaning you might find very attractive away. Because after what they maybe see your body, but when they hear some stuff come out your mouth like this, that might just turn them off.
You can efficiently upload designs straight from your computer with the EM10.
And remember, because there's always been a myth that men don't listen. Well, there was a time some men don't listen, but there's some men that do. And you need to pay the ones that you might find very attractive is paying attention. And then when you say something like that, you make yourself seem like you off. I'm just, hey.
You know, in this, society, everything's getting harder and harder and harder. And the luxury of saying that you can just do everything on your own, you don't need a man. Yeah, a lot of realization is happening in 2022. Let's review it.
Y'all know how females be saying, we don't need no man. I don't need no man for nothing. And y'all driving around here in brakes looking like this. Let me show you the other side. Y'all better get y'all man and sit y'all.
Yeah, that's part of it, because see, that's what men do. Men, they know when the brake pads are bad. Say, wait a minute, hold on, stop that car again, and he hears, just that little noise. Say, okay, no, I need to get the brake pads changed. But really, to be honest with you, most of the time, brake pads today may last you about 2 years or so.
Yeah.
If that. But a lot of women don't keep up with that. There's things going on, in the house, that maybe could break down, or certain things, that I told you before that men see ahead of time and say, hey, you probably need to stay away from this person, or hey, this area, because these guys over here is this way, hey, the criminals are over here. Just things that women don't even think about, because men are a hedge of protection, for a woman. And what a lot of women are realizing, especially in this economy, is that as things get harder and harder and harder, these rent prices are literally doubling and tripling out here. Food prices are doubling and tripling. Gas prices, it's tripling, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, it is hard for me in here with this one income, and we know the average woman do not make what the average man makes, not by a long shot. So if you have at least those two incomes come together, right? At least that, or a man that's gainfully employed enough, where he can handle everything, and you just, picking up the slack, or you maybe what you're doing, putting up some savings, because, we talk about America here, because I have to be realistic. A lot of people don't really make a lot of money in America like that. For, a man to be doing one income. I mean, some people do. I mean, that's definitely true.
Right.
But especially when you live in these states like California, New York, I mean, you kind of got to have, multiple people working, unfortunately. In the South, the economy is a lot cheaper. Maybe you can get away with it, but shoot, the same issue in the South too. A lot of women are realizing every day that, wait a minute, this strong and independent crap, we were sold a lot of BS. And where did it come from? Well, I know where it come from. It came from back in the 80s and all of that, on those shows in the 90s. Oh, we strong and independent. I remember that. We don't need no man. We can do it all by ourselves. And then now the millennials and the Gen Zs are starting to say, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for that. I don't know where they even come from. So now they're talking about soft girl era and all of that. But this is the problem even with the soft girl era thing. Because you've been so hard all your life, and you've been kind of reared to be a man, because a lot of you grew up in single parent households with your mammy, was masculine too.
Mm-hmm.
How could you really truly do
something
soft
like
girl
that.
unless you get around extremely feminine women to teach you the ways of being feminine, not feminism, but being feminist.
What them kind of women that they so hard masculine that they literally take on a male figure. You ever seen one of the women and that they part of the alternative community, that they might as well just go full blood. They might as well go what Cher's daughter turned into her son is, because they got that kind of mentality. And so
Two totally different things. That's the only way you can maintain soft girl era, because if you've never been feminine and you've been masculine all your freaking life, you're gonna revert right back to that.
Exactly.
The moment a man, give you some sort of pushback, try to give you some instruction, you get mad, etc., you're gonna respond like a freaking man.
Exactly.
So that's why I tell a lot of guys, don't be fooled by this soft girl era thing, because if she was soft, she'd have been soft the whole time. Not to say she can't learn and get into that,
right,
but she can't just wake up one day and say, okay, now I'm a soft girl. No. You have to practice that for a couple of years,
exactly,
for that to be truly who you are. But y'all let me know what y'all think about what she's saying.
And the older some women get, where you can't tell a 40-something, the late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60-something year old woman, when they set in their ways, they set in their ways. And that's be very women that mostly you see are single, looking for a man. And like I said, if you're gonna be all masculine and all this and all that, you gotta learn the wisdom to tone it down. Basically, just tone it down a little bit. But some women don't do this. But I want to. This is something very alarming that I saw on here. It's about men as child support. It's not what you think. I mean, because I think, men should pay child support. Of course they should. But in this case, this was really sad. Like, I just saw that video. But, yeah. And the reason why you're seeing so many single women is because they got too much mouth. They think that they know stuff, and they don't know. And you can't tell them nothing. Even another woman probably trying to tell them something, they get mad, and they call her a pygmy, or whatever. And so, what's going to happen, and I've been seeing this since 2017, more men are going to keep leaving here. This is a wave. It's coming. And I've seen it. More men are going to keep leaving. More men are not going to keep putting up with this. I got to wrestle for householdhood. It's either you get along, get in line, or he gone. It ain't no sense to get going through something like that. It doesn't make no sense. Like he said, either you have it or you don't, or let God work on you to get it. And like I always said, the only way when they get up till 40 and 50 and late 30s and 40, 50, them kind of women, I mean, soft girl, what he was saying, the only way that God can make them humble themselves, he has to show them themselves. As a man, you can't do that to a grown woman, to 40-something, 50-something, all the way to 70-something year old woman. When they stuck in their ways, they stuck all the way through. Because they've been too much independent, they've been too much this, and they don't know how to control the tongue. There's a time to speak, and there's a time to control the tongue. But a lot of women don't have a lot of pride, and it's the very tongue that why some men walked out the door. They can tell you one thing, and you might say, boy, that guy's was a jerk or something like that. I learned over time, sometimes it could have been that tongue that caused that man to leave. He said, that's it. Because if this goes on, it's going to escalate to something worse because of a tongue. Sometimes violent acts escalate because of a tongue. We're not excusing the violent act, but that's what it leads up. It leads up to that. And so, it was just a couple examples. This is my opinion too, along with their opinion. But it's really, You really don't. You don't. Some of you women, modern women, don't understand this. You're going to be, well, be those women with the virgin candle. You're gonna be left alone. You know, you're gonna be left, and no man ain't gonna want to put up with that because of your body anymore. See, what it was that you can manipulate the body. So, and I think that as a man, we pump these women up. Some of us would kind of sit down and put these women. Oh, and the women know that. The women know that the guy is getting lusted for their body, so they use it. So some women use it to their own advantage. To think that they're that all these men, and a couple of nice men been nicer to you, and maybe want to get to know you, and then you get a certain amount of men, and then you'll play this one man, but you really want this other man who really give you that alpha energy, but really don't give a shit about you. But you'll chase behind him, and you'll have another one. And there used to be a time when that happened, and you cool with it because you always get your free drinks, your free dinner, your bills, and everything paid. In the meantime, you say you can pay on your own, but as long as you can manipulate the other man, baby, them days are over. Because this movement is going. So the women that's making these videos, these TikTok videos, they mad. Because now they seeing men, even men they wouldn't be attracted to. Even men could look like myself, you probably wouldn't be attracted to. But it's like, the whole point about the relationship is to get the relationship. Well, you ain't handsome enough. Well, you look like you broke or whatever. You like you whatever. That be so. What you value over here, in your opinion, doesn't mean to a woman over there. And if you think that it is what it is. And it's because you want to see, want to meet, and then some of you get your rocks off of seeing men miserable or whatever. You do. You want to see. So when men find, it's like, how they encourage some women. There's a woman movement about, proving their mentality, losing weight, doing all these different things. While this man encouraging other men. And say, hey, if you're not valued as a man or a male because of the income, because of your weight, because of certain look you don't have, you're not 6 feet tall, but you might find a man's 5'1" but got 6 figures. You might find a man 6 feet tall but can't be a coward. You might find a man that's 6 feet tall, looks can be deceiving. But you can't tell these women that. Or he may be good in the bed, but he might be a boy in the mind. I'm just saying. But this what's going on is that this is the reason why that men admit there's a movement is going. It's going to keep going. I've heard these men on other pages. I've heard the men who already over there. They're already living in the country. Black men, along with other men, are living in these countries. They got their wives and girlfriends. Some of them got girlfriends right there, and they making working remotely. Some of them probably got. Even I heard some brothers even talking about opening up businesses and stuff. And ladies, I'm trying to tell you, if a lady watching this, and you making these TikTok videos, you need to stop it. You need to, really think about it. Don't make yourself look like a fool making TikTok videos. You make yourself look, oh. And it's not that, with some men, it could be because you're heavy set. It might be some men that don't mind heavy set women. Again, it depends on your personality. But if you got a bossy mentality, and that you can't talk, you think you know everything because you this with your hands and noodle necking and everything. Ain't no man gonna put up with that. And this is what the men are saying. You're not listening to the men. You're not. The men. This is what the men have said. We're tired. This is it. You've been beating down the same drum roll. And so you got it. You got the table. You got the head of the table. You got it. You let the government and everything. You got it. Now, here's the point. Where's the companionship? Where's the companionship? That's the thing. Because anybody know it takes two. Common sense would say, if I get sick, hopefully I have a man that will love me. If I'm sick, even if something happened. If you unfortunately get a medical, because you imagine, man, I can't deal with you. You got breast cancer, you got ovarian cancer, so I'm going to leave you, right? But that would sound kind of cold, right? But when you tell a man because something happened with his friend, he go to a medical, have something medically happen to him, or his job happened, and you say I can't, and you had a woman say I can't deal with no broke man. So you ain't gonna deal with no broke man. That every man, regardless of race, color, creed, had the same problems. White men go through the same issue. Black men go through the same. This can happen to their jobs. Something can happen to their health. So you're not gonna love a man. It might be something temporary. It could be something medical. And this is something that, as women, you don't even think about things about like this. You don't even think about stuff like this. But you want your ends up and want to look pretty and you want to look glossy and flashy. And maybe the women that's in these countries don't value that. They want to look good, but they're not so into themselves. They're more into this. What I want a relationship. I want to love. I want to love to have a good characteristics. Somebody's what a woman is to love. The relationship is more important. My relationship with you is more important. My children is more important. That's the difference. That's the difference. They ain't gonna sit there and make, and if you're gonna love a man just like you will love your children, you're gonna cook for them, right? I mean, you're gonna cook, right? I mean, it's just as common sense. And it's sad. And you're losing out. So you can, even if you're a woman listen to this video, you might don't like what I'm saying, but the reality of it is you use your days of playing your body is over. The days of you playing the one guy versus the other guy, you'll play this guy as a friend long enough. Them days are over. Some of them guys they're over. Men are picking up. They get their self-esteem. They get, and the ones who didn't have that believe and that had the vision are seeing the vision, and now they're about to depart. And so you're gonna have a certain percentage of men is left. You're gonna have to share with the other women. Yeah, the ones that you find alpha, so you can have all the Pookies and Ray Rays. The ones that hey, shoot, I got 15 baby mamas, because that's what you're gonna deal with. He masculine though. He could make pride, could be good in the bedroom. Who knows? Can smoke some weed really good with you and everything. But and this is for the simple-minded younger ones, the ones that's under 70 with this mindset. 70, because some women even up in their 30s and 40s still don't even grow up. But it's the truth. So that's what's going to be left for you is those kind of men. The ones that go in and out of prison all the time. Yeah. Or jail. Or sharing it with another baby's mama. But them days, the nice guys, they're going to jet. Guys like myself, that get encouragement, to get ourselves in order, get ourselves in shape, and get everything worked on there. We out. We're through playing your psychiatry with you. We that dude. We've been trying to talk to you, but you really telling us you want to talk to this other dude. You really focus on this other dude. Now that and then you get mad. It's like, well, what does she got? Is she beautiful? Some women do this. Is she? Well, I'm prettier than her. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just that you don't qualify. You too much into yourself. You know, you've gotten big headed, and now these men hit you right where is that? Now it's like, wait a minute, and you've been and some women here, yeah, they've been going to the gym, and it's good that they improve their bodies, but they need to improve their minds too. They need to prove that they need to be humble. It would be nice if you see a woman that was fit that can humble herself. It would be nice if you see a lot of pretty women here, but a lot of are not humble. They're not humble. They think that, oh, you know, ooh, and it's like a man get big headed, a woman gets big headed about her looks. Trust me. And so, and then, you know, when guys try to, you know, make eye and smile, might want to say hi, you turn the other way. So men like don't even want to even look at you. There's some men that just get discouraged and say fuck it, you know. Some of us just say fuck it. We might want to say hi to you, but you act like a bitch. But anyway, here's this video.
Choose the network that never holds you back. Switch to the business-only
This is about the child support.
Fairlife is ultra
But yeah,
for
you want
50% more protein.
I mean, it's the truth.
50% less sugar.
In this country are incentivized so much to do
Listen to
everything
this.
to ruin relationships, dating, and they so naive and they don't see it.
No, must unlearn what you have learned.
And then you got guys like this, man. It's like, dude, like they just want to see their kids, bro. And y'all,
Bruh.
Watch this video.
what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, make sure you please like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. On the road to 20,000 subs. Let's get it. Alright, so if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Now let's go ahead and jump into it. So today I'm going to be reacting to a clip that was sent to me by a subscriber about guys being neglected for their kids and child support. And I also had another clip that was sitting in my content vault that is related to the same thing, so I'm going to play both clips for you guys because this is extremely important, because y'all know how important men's health is to me, and this right here is one of the leading, in my opinion, one of the leading causes as to why guys self-delete themselves. Alright, so
this.
without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. And I'm going to try to keep it together. I want to talk about something, and I might get a lot of heat for this shit. So one of my closest friends just committed suicide last night. He just came home from jail maybe a month and a half ago. Why he was in jail? Because he was late paying his child support. He did a year bid.
Bruh.
A year in jail just for being late on child support? Let's keep it moving, man. He just came home. Every time I was on the phone with him, all he ever wanted to do was to see his kids. Figure out how to pay child support and see his kids. That was his main goal when he came home. But the judge yesterday, when he had court, told him he had 25 days. 25 days to come up with $3,500 or he was in the warrant for his arrest. And go back to jail.
What the French toast?
How is a man who literally just got home from jail supposed to come up with that kind of money in that small amount of time? The only way he's gonna do that is if he borrows it from somebody. And he's been in jail for the last year. So how in the hell can he even show any kind of proof or anything concrete to even get a loan of that amount? It's like the system is designed for you to fail, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Let's keep it moving.
You know what bothers me? That the government's giving out money to single parents, which I understand. We need it. But what about us parents? And I mean father and mothers that are on child support. We need help too. I can't pay $1,000 a month in child support, which I am, and manage to pay my house, food in my mouth, and still provide for my kids when they ask daddy for something. That shit's hard, bro. And because of child support, just stupid, my best friend took his life. And I missed that phone call when he tried calling me at 3-something that morning. Yo, us parents, all we really want is our kids. You know what I mean? Like me, I miss my kids, but I can't see my kids because of fucking child support, because I can't make payments on time. So my big moms keep my kids away from me. Long story short, bro, we struggling, bro. Like, this is real, bro.
Protect your seed, bro. Protect your seed, man. Oh my God, bro. I can't believe this, bro. This is why I'm so scared to have children in this country. Women are incentivized to be single mothers. Women are incentivized to do thought shit. Women in this country are incentivized so much to do everything to ruin relationships, dating, and they so naive and they don't see it.
No question. I learn what you have learned.
And then you got guys like this, man. It's like, dude, like they just want to see their kids, bro. And y'all,
Bruh.
Let's just go to the next clip. Alright, so check out this story that he reads here, man.
This is the final photograph of Philip Herring, 34, crying in his car, literally minutes before taking his own life. He was a single dad with 3 kids, struggling with crushing debt over $20,000, and was desperately waiting for a payday loan he applied for. But it was paid in arrears. With a 5-week wait time, that wait drove him even deeper into debt. And when he died, he had $4.61 in his bank account and clearly couldn't see any other way out. Like a lot of people, especially men, he kept all of this to himself. Nobody else knew how bad things were getting. This poor man even had to tell his children that Santa Claus wouldn't come this year. And in his suicide note, he wrote that they'll be better off if he wasn't around anymore. And now he isn't. We need to talk more. We need to be kinder. And we need to be a country that helps each other when we need it the most.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Bro, I'm not even a father. And this hurts. The more I react to stuff like this, the more I want to leave. See, this is why when Austin Holloman said he just want to pack up everything and move now, I'm like, dude, do it. Men in this country, we're literally treated like cattle, bro. Seems like in this country nowadays, if you're not a celebrity, you're treated like nothing, especially from women, man. The things that we should value, as far as keeping families, relationships, and marriages together, I think that's all out the window, man. Like, I really do. Stories like this, get your passport, y'all. This ain't it, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. And hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. Yeah.
I got a question. Is that what the women on TikTok videos want? Is that what it's gonna take? Is it gonna take someone to get? It's okay now. You want to run the world like this? Use feminism, part of it's feminism, courts and everything. Cause that's what's gonna happen. You delete the man. Who children gonna look up to? Some women say, I want to be the man and the woman. The child gonna wonder who is the other side of themselves. The boy gonna want to understand the man part of himself. The daughter gonna want to understand who the dad part is. The dad part. You don't think about, and they don't think about the children. And they use, unfortunately, something like this happened. But when I say this is that, man, that's why I didn't have no children, man. Even at, I'm glad I made it to my age, past this age bracket, man. But I'll be honest with you, I'm glad, kind of glad I never had children out of lust. And in the past, my intimate relationship with women is that I'm glad I wore a condom. I'm serious. I'm so glad I wore a condom, man. I don't care how intimate, how drunk, whatever, inebriated, whatever. Man, shoot. And you don't know. One night of pleasure is a whole thing of pain. And it's really sad that you have, but I wanted to show you that. And so what's going to happen is that men who are childless is going to leave. And the women in other countries is going to, maybe some over there that got children, but they're going to get the best of you American women. And part of it is because the child support system. Because men don't do that. And there's some women right now who are single in those countries. Guess what they want? They got careers and stuff. They got jobs. They got houses. The only thing over there, from what I've gathered from intel from listening to the men's line, is that the currency is not the same as America. Even though that they're poor, they're in poverty, they value relationships first. They value children, husband, and their children, then their job, and then their career. But that's what's important to them. You're taught in the West, whether you're in America, Canada, UK, any other places, you're taught that your career comes first, and then maybe the guy will be there. The guy will be God. Don't worry about it, because at least you have your degree and everything. Well, they got their degrees too over there. The women in Colombia got their degrees. The women in the Philippines got their degrees. The women in Thailand and other places. Some of the women I read even go over to other countries to work and send money back. And at the same time they send the money back, they still want a relationship. It's not about career. And this is where some of you women in America and other places, you failed at it. You're not looking at that. It's all about my career. It's all about me. And then when you get around in our age bracket, the 40s and the 50s, now all of a sudden you're single. You've been divorced 2 or 3 times. And if for some reason, only kind of women I feel bad for is the ones who had husbands and they died, or the child. They're the only kind of women I feel bad for, because at least they understand what it's like. You know what I'm saying? The widows. But the ones that have been single, they know, man. You mean telling me you attract the women and some point of guy that haven't come across and maybe would propose a marriage, but it was a type of you didn't want him because he was too square and you were too pretty and you were too hot and you would even at your younger years he was fertile, but you didn't want to be bothered with him. He was just too nice, and you chased around the man he was really to your view he was fine to you, handsome, and he has the conniving of swindling of the tongue. He promised you the world, and even when y'all was in the middle of the bedroom, he would take care of his yard. And then but you didn't get. Here's the thing about this: you didn't take time out. So he slept, and he go and found one along the way. He kind of find out. He kind of switched up on you because you start getting gripey, bitchy, whatever, and you thought you had wrapped around your fingers. You have women that got that mindset, and little did you know that you probably get on his last nerves or whatever, and you kind of pushed him to the other women. There's women that do that. Like I said, sometimes some women, just like men, just like some of us men, you can do so much of this and push somebody completely away. And you say, why is that? You ever see somebody a very attractive person and they single? They've been single. That's probably one of the reasons why they've been single so long. Because you know that they come across someone, this very attractive woman, someone come across their path. I give it granted, it might be some guys that have been jerks, but I can't believe that every guy was a jerk. It was a good guy, one or two in between. But no, you know what the good guy was? He wasn't at a certain place at a certain time. They don't want to work with the guy. They don't want to say, okay, I can be with you, because sometimes some things go up, some things go down. You might get hurt, you might get sick, you might get laid off or anything. It happens to men just as well as a woman. It happens. But what I was saying earlier, would it be right and fair if we as men said that to you? It's something that it was nothing that you can do. You got sick in your body, and what you go. But if someone love you, they're not gonna look at you just as for sex. They want you more. All of you. That would make you want to motivate yourself to want to be and give yourself back to that man. And if you got a man that's out there busting his butt, out there working hard, out there doing his things, and he's doing his part, at least cook him a meal, rub his feet. What's wrong with that? He would do it for you. There's some men that probably doing it. So the reason why some women are single is because it's they self-centered, and and there's some, and 9 chances out of 10. That's why I said, even if you're a woman, at some point some guy gonna give you your chance to run to. I'm a man, but you're a woman. If a woman listens to this, your chance of opposite sex coming to you get more favor out of the man than me getting from a woman. That's a fact. Unless I'm very, very stunning looking, attractive looking. It is what it is. But at least even if you're a halfway attractive woman, you can still get favor. A halfway attractive man, sometimes he don't get favor. The only way he get favor is God give him the favor. That's the truth. It's God giving the favor. Because in other areas of life. But I've been saying this, and I've seen this years ago, man. These women don't stop making these TikTok videos. Watch. The very ones that's gonna start seeing this. You put down men. You got women that saying that men are broken. Well, how is it that a man that was broken, dusty, he's able to go to another freaking country and live for 2 months? How is that he doing it? How is it? He ain't all that. I'm seeing men from all walks of life. Some were out of shape, some older, some halfway, even some, like I showed the one video, one man was disabled from a stroke. But the woman loved him enough, and she said, I won't ever leave his side. But he kept on sometimes she said, sometimes he would think in his mind that, she said, but I love him. And it touched me like, whoa, this woman really loved him in the Philippines. And I said, wow, this woman is really special. Not saying that there's no women over in America is not like that, but I was impressed. She was impressed on, well, he got to be 6 figures and make it 6 figures. And of course, women need help over there in the Philippines, like women like anywhere else. But it's not like they got this independent attitude, like, you gotta be making 6 figures. You making 4? You can't ride with me. Oh, I'm making 40 grand. I can't ride with you. Nah, you can't ride with me. And you got some women like that. So to the women who are like that, you're gonna lose, because when you try to go after the 6-figure guy, the 5-figure guy, the 4-figure guy, the 3-figure guy is gonna be able to afford to leave too. Oh yeah, the ones that make it 30,000, 40,000, maybe start at 50,000, they get to that 50,000, they're gone. And then what you gonna say? Then what? Then maybe what was 50 grand over here, it may be something different over there. You need it. And some of these women, and this is to the women that's making the videos, who they got it all that. I got my degree. It ain't about your degree. Women on the planet can get educated, even in what you label as third world countries. That's all. They don't just sit around and they don't even on the internet trying to beg for guys all the time. None of them don't do that. They work. They're grown up. They just sitting around just waiting for a man, waiting just to be pretty all the time. No, they out there working, raising children too, in them third world countries. But their priorities is relationships first, and that's what they got over the Western women. That's what they got over you. It ain't about education. It ain't about, well, I'm more educated, so I really don't want to deal with some. I need an educated man just about because we can live up in this monogamous, this high end lifestyle. So you can show off to your friends, you can brag to your family. And high end men know this. High end men know this because you tell it. You put it on your dating apps. You tell it. Well, that's not what a high end man want. A high end man want love, just like a low end man want love, support. It's not always which he already got it to take care of you and protect you in his own way. And if you listen, he might get, if you as get an older man, he can probably drop some knowledge and some wisdom on you. You need, with some of these single women, they need to see the character. Because you can be somebody with money, and they can be crazy as I don't know what. A stalker, an abuser. How many people is in the women is in the ground chasing after someone? You don't know their character. And then if you keep track of the same type of bad men, what does that say about you? See, it's the same thing. I had to do this self-examination. I've been single over a decade now. And I had that wrong the main mentality, but I had to come out and say, hey, but I was attracted to the wrong type of female. First, I got to understand. I picked up this book and understand the Bible. Understand and start examining myself. That's where, because once you get the inside, get all this inside, then the things will manifest on the outside. I'm preaching to you like I'm preaching to myself, because that's the reality of it. If you want something the best, he'll give you the best, but you can't be independence high. It's not about that, because how many people you see is the richest men and richest women on the planet, and they can't even stay in the same household. Look at, and they on their sixth, third, fourth, fifth marriage, and they got money is like Bill Gates to Elon Musk, status and everything, but they're not happy. How is it that a couple that the man who has everything can get married, divorced 3 or 4 times, and throw half his wealth like it's nothing to 2 or 3 other women like it's nothing? But he doesn't have the love as a poor man can love that woman. You ever thought about that, lady? But he don't have a college degree, but he know how to protect you and love you, right? Because that's going to make the reality of a relationship. When you get sick, when the bills, when every crisis, you need someone to stand like have they foot rooted like a tree. Because crises do come, no matter if you have to clear at the top to clear it to the bottom. And how many people you see out there? Not everybody out there are homeless or on drugs or have mental problems, or had a personal breakdown, or had a breakdown in a hospital, then they had to go to a facility. Don't you want someone to love you? That's what it's about. Women in the Philippines, in Colombia, in some places, they know this. The women in the third world countries, they know the reality that you don't know. You don't know this because you're so caught up. You've been put into a system, America. You give you everything and give all these things from the men and get it from the government to make the men give you from the government. But at the same time, you lost the basics. Some of you American women and Western women, you lost it, and you're losing your men because the men are saying who have, maybe not right now, or about to gain it and visualize and manifest it. Once they get that passport, once they get their mind together, once they get their body and their health together, they gone, baby. They gone. And some of you women are making them TikTok videos. You're gonna be one of some of the same women that you put down them other women that try to tell you need to stop doing this. You know, hey, this is what the men are saying. Oh, so you just one of these pick-me bitches. But yet, the same woman that try to warn you is going to be in a long-term relationship. That's on these videos. And you can't get mad. And you're going to be single. And you might, if you want to be alpha female, you might say, hey, you can go get another female. Because the men are saying, we don't care no more. And you're going to turn, because it's like in the Bible, you're going to turn off your nature anyway. Because it's already displaying that already as we speak. You want your companion, an animal? You want you to compete with bestiality with the animal? That's what it's going to, because you push your other half, what was meant to you, away. So these women that think they're so smart, they're making these TikTok men, attacking these men, are making a big mistake. You need to sit down and listen, and maybe go into and be up what they call and listen to men. Why these men want to do this? Some of you women never listen to a man. They never. He's telling you. But you just, and sometimes these women do one thing, and some women do. They want it's all about them. It's all about them. Then once the man's gone, God has to show them the reality of it. That's why I said, fellas, it's going to take the Most High to show them their reality. You can't do it because he has to bust that ego down. Women in the West, like in other places, they got an ego, and sometimes it takes him to check that ego when they get up in their 50s and their 60s. They'll know what they really got. When they're in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, because they think they know so much, and maybe some have lived a life, but you don't. Just because you get to a certain age, don't mean you know everything. Don't care how intellectual you are, intelligent you are, and what your degree. You don't know everything. You don't. So that's what's gonna happen. And so I want to make this video because it was said on the third video. And if the men leave and you have men commit suicide, what you gonna have left? And you have a certain portion of men delete themselves, a certain portion of men going to prison, a certain portion of men, the good men are going over to other countries. And watch. There's gonna be more single women, and the men. It's gonna probably surprise men from other places. Why are these American women are single? Till they see it for themselves. What's wrong with these Western women in Canada, America, England? They're gonna see it for themselves, in other places. The Colombian men, the Dominican men gonna see it. All these men gonna see it. They say, "Wow!" They're gonna watch you, your personality. European men, Middle Eastern men, Asian men. My advice to you: be humble. To the women out, to a woman that's making the videos, you need to humble yourself. And I'm telling you, and more of these women see this video. I hope someone share this video, because this is going to happen. It's happening now. These men, they don't care that you tell them that they're broke. Their mind's made up. They're getting out now. And some of you black people, I know you pro-black. What about Black Brother, Black Nation? Some of the women are gone, man. Some of the women are gone. That's the reason why black men are gone to other women, because they're looking for that wife to love me and submit to me. That's what it is. Like any other nationality of men, that's what it is. But we know, I'm black, I'm pro-black, and I'm black, and we black community. But okay, we establish all that. But can you give me the same thing that maybe you see these other communities of men, some of their men, their women treat their men and honor their men. Do they have problems over the other communities? Yes, they do. There's infidelity over there. Some men don't want to do their part too. But their men are not dragging them, but their women are not dragging them down in high numbers, saying that they're dusty. In great numbers. How many high numbers of Hispanic women are doing it? How many high number of Asian women doing that? Or other women doing that? High numbers, just a few. But I'm talking about way how some black women doing it online right now. Every time they listen to you. I'm giving you something to think about. Think. I hope you please share this video. I'm just expressing my opinion, but this is the reality from watching these guys' video. So I hope you enjoy this video. Till next time. Sorry to be this long. I try to shorten it up, but next time you guys take care. I had to get the message across, because you don't. This is the reason why I made the video, just to wake someone up. It may not be popular, but it gets someone to think. And I hope a woman will hear what I'm saying. So don't do this. Don't do what they do. Take care.